You are energy and matter. Your existence as matter is the self-evident truth that you matter. Anything that occupies space and can be perceived by one or more of the physical senses is matter. Therefore, you are an individual piece of matter. It takes force for matter to occupy space, and the force behind your existence as matter is the same force that creates and sustains every other piece of matter in existence: energy. Behind everything, there is no thing except for energy. For energy to hold something as matter, there needs to be a certain force willing it to be. Therefore, intention, or the will to exist, is the force behind all of creation. This force is what turns the infinite supply of energy into the finite form of matter. It is the force that binds the wave of potentiality into the particle to be observed. Everything observable in the world has a self-expressed will. The will is evident in the intention of the atoms that form the molecules that produce the form that any particular piece of matter has taken in the universe. Everything from a mineral to a plant, to an animal to a human being, is constantly expressing its particular intention. If you don't think a boulder or a rock has a will, try breaking one in half with your bare hands. Intention, it turns out, is the most powerful and creative force known to mankind. Einstein's famous formula E=mc² expresses this concept of the infinite cycle of the evolution of energy into matter. Intention has combined with energy to form matter into an endless number of structures, systems, and patterns in the universe. Stars and planets, and in fact the entire solar system and galaxies, have all been formed by a constant force of energy into matter. Each of these forms is unique. When we look at the planet we live on, we find it filled with an unending amount of distinct things. Each one of these things on our planet has gone through its own particular cumulative journey that has shaped it into the form it is currently representing. While no two paths are exactly alike, the self-evident intention of each thing is aligned in the will to exist. All matter in the universe is set apart by one or more observable distinctions. For example, the fact that at last count there were over 1.8 million known different species on Earth is a powerful display of the current manifested forms of possibility that have emerged from a limitless potential of creation. While many of these individual things may look similar in shape and size from a distance, once you begin to observe more closely and in more detail, you start to see more and more distinctions and variations among the categories of things that first appeared to be similar. A beetle is a beetle might be your conclusion from a casual glance. However, upon further investigation, you'll find that remarkably, there are over 350,000 distinct species of beetles on our planet. From a distance, human beings all tend to look the same as well. But of course, upon closer inspection, there are multiple differences between each of us, beginning with physical appearance. We have distinct facial structures, heights, eye and hair colors. We also speak different languages and dialects depending on where we grew up. Not only are differences prevalent on different continents, but within each continent. The inhabitants of Europe, for instance, speak over 200 different languages. In addition, our cultural habits, including our religious rituals, our cuisines, our styles of dress, serve to further classify us. In the United States, there are at least as many different languages, dialects, fashions, and lifestyles as there are areas of the country. The phrase, "How are you doing?" sounds very different in Seattle than how it does in Jersey City. The main point being offered is that all over the globe, matter has continually adapted and evolved into different creative forms. Each form or expression of matter that exists today is the result of millions of years of action and reaction between matter and the environment. The changes that result from these actions have occurred generation after generation because of a singular collective intent. This continuous evolution is happening on a moment-to-moment basis with everything in the